welcome back to something we haven't done for a while because we have just been busy boys. Busy boys. Welcome back to Cleaning Up the Monster Manual. We're on episode 48. We're going to do the Barbed Devil. The Barbed Devil. Barbed Devil, as we have moved away from the fiendish demons and into the devils. And I don't think there's as many devils as there were demons, which I'm actually kind of happy about, really. Because that one seemed like a never-ending chore.
It certainly took its time.
It did, didn't it? It was quite an odd one. But we're back. I hope you're all good. Hey, chat, how you doing? Good morning, Miss Lounge. Good morning, Dibs. Good morning, Herb. Anybody else who might be lurking there, hey, hope you guys are all really, really good. As always, I'm Ian the Dragonborn. I can't talk. I'm the Dragonborn. I'm Ian the Dragonborn Bard of Dragonborn Industries. Your friendly dice makers and streamers of sci-fi TTRPGs and now game tests and stuff. But I'm joined, as always, by the ever faithful, ever loyal, ever amazing Richard of Warrior Prince 3D. There he is. He's up there in the corner. I'm going to point. Boop, boop, boop. How you doing, Richard?
I'm alive, Ian. I'm alive.
It's like, I think that's now just our standard greeting. Hi, we're back. We're alive. That's it. That should be the T-shirt. Hi, we're back. We're alive. What's going on with Warrior Prince 3D at the moment? Because you've sent me through a lot of lovely pictures.
I've sent you through a hefty amount of bits and pieces. So,
boom! What's this?
Elefantes. So, Artisan Guild's monthly release this month are the Ivory Sentinels, and it's a little bit of a story from their norm, I've got to say, and it's one of those things I don't know how to take. They're awesome, but then again, it's just weird.
Yeah, I think elephant anthropomorphic people is one of those things. It's like Marmite. You either love it or you hate it.
Yeah,
and
I think they're quite cool. They're quite cool.
Yeah, it's very cool sculpts. I think personally, it's not for me in terms of character play.
It's not a race I have used in D&D or thought of playing.
No, but I think it's made a show up in Crit Role Campaign 3, and I think they are becoming quite popular. But yeah, it's not something that I've come across personally. But yeah, that's pretty well sculpted, though, as always from the Artisan Guild.
Oh, gotcha.
There's so many of them, and...
So, Cast and Play this month have done City Guards, and I love them.
Yeah, they're really cool. They are very, very cool. And they work as adventurers.
Yeah, as I say, 6 of one, half a dozen the other. You can do all sorts of them. You can even use them as disguise models as well.
Yep. Yeah. Things like the hounds, like Tiefling Soldier Paladin, love it. Very, very cool. Things like hawks for watching out. Oh, even got companions on there.
Horses.
Yeah, oh, it's a Dragonborn riding a horse. Love it. Oh, that's very cool. I love the heraldry on them. So, I mean, that's very, very awesome from those guys. Oh, we got a GIF. Big old hippo people. That. Yeah. So this one for me, I saw it when you posted it through. The Tabaxi with the fucking gun. I'm like, that's...
Love it.
Yeah, love that. Love it so much. But there is something big that you need to talk about, which we'll probably talk about after these statues, because...
After these statues. So we have I'm going to try and do a bit of a Baldur's Gate run over the next couple of weeks. We're doing some of the... Lizelle is a new one from Volcamancer, and she is right here. And once the camera can reassert itself. But yes, I'm going to do a quick sale on them as price down on each individual one. But I'm also going to try and get like a collective of the whole sort of core party.
Yeah,
I've just got to find a nice gale, and then it should be good.
It's nice to see that there are so many of them now, like available that you can do, because like. I still see so many posts of like Baldur's Gate 3, a game I've never played. But it's like, yeah. And as always.
Via's here as well.
Yeah.
CA3D.
CA3D are great. Oh, so now we need to talk about what's coming up for you.
Now, well, I say for me, it's for a couple of us as well. So obviously, I hit the 3K followers, and I wanted to try and do a bit of a big giveaway to promote myself, promote others around me, and to get a bit of oomph going and a bit something back to the community. So we have a big bundle of a giveaway.
Yes, you do.
From other people as well. Dibs, DRAGONBORN Industries, Puppets Wars have given permission for these. There is a couple of others I've missed out of here. We've also got some lovely dice from DB Miniatures for Cristalli Creations, as the dice company side of him is. And one other thing I will be giving away as part of it will be the painted beholder.
Yeah, oh, it's so cool.
Which will be going in with it as well as possibly one of the battle boxes.
Oh, nice.
There will be some details going up this week. It is going to be a simple entry. It is going to be basically like, follow, share.
Yeah, it's the best way to do giveaways on socials these days. It's
and it'll be a case of like, follow, share, drop a comment in. Anyone watching this, who knows? If you drop me a message, you might get an extra entry for the loyalty of the Monster Man.
To which end, so keep an eye on Richard's socials. I'm just going to respond to a message with my wife. Sorry, too bad. Because that is, hitting that 3K and then getting to that point's awesome. Sorry. My wife is quite ill and she's messaging me right now.
Understandable.
No, my apologies. Right. Because we are on the Barbed Devil. So this particular miniature is this one right here, which Richard has sent out to me because I could not get hold of the WizKids ones for love nor money, nor could my local friendly gaming store. So this is very, very cool. I like the pillar that it stood on. Have you faced a Barbed Devil before or used one before?
I have not.
Okay. To which end, we'll probably talk about some of the lore about them. So these things are quite, they're like vault dwellers, or they quite literally stand guard of people's things, and they have this like innate greed to them, which also makes them great guards for the denizens of the Nine Hells. What I do find is that they're not one of the higher up demons. They are a CL5, so they are going to be an interesting one to deal with. So, have you got a character ready to go, Richard?
Halfway through. I'm just
awesome.
trying to get everything ready.
And they're quite fun to play around with. They've got a few things that I quite like, but essentially they make great guards because they cannot be distracted or dissuaded from their duty, which makes them very interesting. And I think for devils in particular, because they are so innate with deals and stuff like that, these ones are obviously like, I imagine under some kind of deal where like if you are one of these devils, you cannot break that, your service or your functionality, which I think is great. As for the stat block, let's have a quick look at that. So we are looking at a medium devil, lawfully evil. The big three, its armor class is 15, so it's quite low for a CR5 creature. It does have 110 hit points, rules as written. So a little bit of a tank. It has a damage dealing potential of quite a bit. So its armor class is low, but the other two are up. So when we look at the damage dealing potential, not only does it have 3 melee attacks or a melee attack and 2 hurl flames. So we're looking at a claw attack, which is +6 to hit. It does 1d6 +3. Tail, which is 2d6 +3. And the hurl flame is 3d6 fire damage. So it's got range if it needs it, and it can do it more than once, which I think is really good. It has the standard magic resistance. It has Devil's Sight, so magic darkness doesn't impede the Devil's dark vision. But it has one more damage dealing potential, which is if it is being grappled at the start of its turns, the Barbed Devil deals 5 or 1d10 piercing damage to any creature grappling it. So it's also got that anti-barbarian, anti-paladin, nobody's holding me down kind of thing. Or if somebody's trying to get information out of it, you're not going to hold on to it. Stat block's pretty beefy. We're looking at a +3 on strength, +3 on dex, +4 on con, +1 on intelligence, +2 on wisdom, and a +2 on charisma. This thing's got no dump stat. As for resistances, standard cold, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical, and anything that isn't silvered. Immune to poison and fire, and it has the standard dark vision and infernal and telepathy for 120 feet, which is, I think for a CR5, it's quite tanky, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. I think one-on-one, its action economy could be a problem, but I guess we'll find out. Richard, what have you gone for? What's your random roll-up?
My random roll-up has given me Throghock, the Feral Tiefling Rogue.
Okay. Rogues are quite glass cannon-y.
Yeah.
So...
Oh, fucked.
Oh, I don't know, because they can also deal massive damage. Have you gone for a level 3 or a level 5?
I went for a level 3. Do you want me to re-roll to a 5?
No, keep the 3, it's fine. That's where we started the streams. And do you have an idea of how you're going to paint this one up?
I have fucking no clue.
So I think I'm going to lag this thing in necrotic flesh, and then going to work some wet dry brushing all over the back with some darker colours, and then probably like try and do the horns and the spikes in black. But apart from that, I guess we'll find out now. To which end then, if you are a tiefling rogue, which is quite fun, because I think obviously that fire resistance and that infernal speak is quite good. Let's say that you're breaking into a wizard's tower, and you've made it several stories already, and the place is starting to get a bit weird, and everything is a bit more magical in nature. And it's when you happen across this one particular floor where it makes you feel like damp and dark, and it feels like it's underground. There's like an earthy tone, like smell to it, but also the smell of brimstone and sulfur. Something that, as an infernal relative, you are quite aware of. And in front of you, as you enter this circular room, maybe like 20 foot by 20 foot, there is almost like a spell, like a moonbeam, has been cast down from the ceiling, this 20-foot high ceiling, in a 10-foot radius around. And I think because you're infernal, you're going to know it's a devil. And you see it as you enter the room, this like, it's like 7-8 foot tall, but it's sat down and hunched over at the moment. And its head, this horned head with barbs and spikes all over it, kind of looks up. Ah. One has entered the chamber. And it like looks across the room to where there is like a lever on the wall. Would you be so kind as to, and it's speaking all in infernal, to release me from my cage?
I think not.
Why?
You are clearly placed there for good purpose. Who am I to question such decisions?
Oh, it thinks it's tricksy. What would you like to do?
I am going to go on full sort of danger sense. I'm scoping out the entirety of the room, or wherever I am, looking around for any place I can be snuck from, any issues, any possible obvious traps or anything around me.
Well, I think as you make your way around the room now, let's give me an investigation check.
That'd be an actual fucking 20.
Okay. Fluffy says Richard is very echoey. Let's try that. Richard, just talk for me a second.
How is that, my dear friend? Is that any better?
Okay, let's wait the 10 seconds and see what people say. Oof. Let's see if anybody's going to respond.
Is that... Do I sound okie-dokie?
Still echoey. Okay. I have no clue as to why. Can you at least hear him? Because if so, I'm just going to start describing the room because I have no clue what's going on and I don't want to push this computer too far. Quieter than you. I'm going to bring him up a little bit then. Let's take him to about there.
It might be because of the microphone. I just moved it better closer to me. So.
Yeah, that was quite loud for me. To which end? So, natural 20 for a total of...
20.
20. Okay, so what you notice is the entrance into this room appears to be the only entrance in, and you know that you haven't found whatever hoard, whatever it is that you are looking for here in this Arcanist's home. And then you see underneath where this Barbed Devil hunches, you see a rope lying on the ground, and then inside that column of magic there is a black circle on the roof. You could give me an Arcana check.
Oh, that's not good. That's a whole 5.
It seems like that would possibly be the only way, but why would this creature be sat there if that's a way out for it?
I don't like it. Right, I'm going to investigate the rope.
Okay, so the rope is behind this, like, funnel of magic that goes from ceiling to floor, and this Barbed Devil is like, yes, you see, this could be your way out. Pull the lever, set me free, and you can escape too.
Fuck it, I'll pull the lever.
Okay, so you walk your 10 foot across the room, you go to the lever, and you...
I check it for traps first.
Oh, give me an investigation check.
18.
18. No physical traps, no?
I don't like that, no physical. Can I look for magical traps?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
That's 60.
I think as you go to it, there is the lever feels colder than it should be.
Can I work out how to disarm it, or?
Are you trained in Arcana?
I am not.
I'm going to say no. Yes, it pulls the lever.
Anything in the room that I can use to knock the lever?
I mean, there's probably like a couple of desks like around the edge of the room. Nothing like major. Some of them maybe have some like tomes on them that every time you read them, they just go to blank pages, like the words just disappear.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I will take out a length of rope.
Yeah.
I will do a slip knot on the end.
Yep.
Or a loop on the end. Throw it over it from a reasonable distance away, and then I'll pull on it that way.
Okay, so two things happen. When you pull on the lever, a gout of flame rushes out of the wall, but then instantly freezes into like a strange icicle that then drops, would have landed on you basically. Like the flame was above where your head would be, gets you to look up and then freezes and drops on you. You avoid that, and as the lever comes down, the room goes into magical darkness, apart from this pillar in the centre, which then shimmers, and this devil just goes, it pulls the lever! I need you to roll initiative, please.
18.
So it's a 10 for the Barbed Devil, 18 for you. You see that it is clearly now able to pass through that barrier. Only that 10-foot circle in the centre is lit up. Everything else is magical darkness. Obviously, where you are, you're in magical darkness, therefore you can't even see that section at the moment. You have 1 hour, by the way. The timer is on.
Okay. I'm heading to the where the area was I could see from.
Okay. So I'd say it's easy enough to try and work out where you're trying to go, but for the sake of because it's dark in here, why don't you give me a perception check with disadvantage?
Oh, that's not good. 15. 15, 20, so yeah, 15.
15. Okay, so as you are stepping around, the thing that you notice is there is like a noise within the walls or the ceiling or something, like and as you go to step forwards on one of these cobblestones, you feel like it's got some spring to it, and you notice that the room has become trapped, but you manage to stop yourself from actually pressing down on this pressure plate, and you can start making your way towards the bit in the center. When you actually get to the center and you step out of the darkness and into this area of magical light, you are face to face with a demon that is now a devil that is now fully stood up, and an infernal is like, it presses the lever, and
in Infernal, I just go, gotta get up, get down with the sickness, and I'll cast Ray of Sickness in it.
okay, I love it. I need to make a save on that, don't I?
Con save.
Okay, so I have advantage on spell effects, so that's a 7 plus 7 for 14 on the first one. Second one's a 14 plus 7 for a dirty 20.
Oh, see you, bitch.
Anything else from you?
You take damage, you're just not poisoned.
Is it poison damage?
Yeah.
It is immune to poison damage.
Oh, wait a minute, I said Ray of Sickness. No, it's necrotic damage.
It will take necrotic damage. How much?
9.
9 points. Necrotic damage. Feeble magics. Oh. And then it's just going to straight up. It goes for the tail first. 17 plus 6 for a 23.
Easily hits me.
Okay, so the first one's going to hit you. That is 2d6 plus 3. It's 11 points of piercing damage as this tail, very Xenomorph style, like whips out and these spines like smash into you, piercing part of your armor. Then it will... Yeah, it's going to just do 2 claw attacks on you. So the first one is, oh god, 19 plus 6 for a 25.
When on that first hit, I'm going to use my reaction to cast Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah. How much?
Dex saving throw.
Okay. Is Hellish Rebuke a spell?
Yeah, effectively it is, yeah.
Or is it an ability?
It's the racial ability.
Okay, so it's not a spell. That's fine. So it doesn't have advantage. 6 plus... You say dexterity, yeah?
Yeah.
So 9.
Actually fails.
It does.
So it takes 13 points of fire damage.
It takes half of that.
Fucking little bitch.
It's going to go down to 6 points as it's resistant. Oh no, it takes none of that.
Does it not?
No, it is immune to fire damage and poison damage. And then... Yeah, it's going to come up. So there's 2 claws. The first one hits, the second one doesn't unless your armor class is 11.
My armor class is 14.
Okay, so the first one then, with that claw, is going to be 1d6 plus 3. 8 points of piercing damage from the claws as these, like, nailed... These barbs at the end of its fingers, which are these horrid nails, just plunge into your neck almost as it goes to grab you. Then... it will just start moving back away from the light and into the darkness, and what you notice is that that rope is tethered to its leg, and it goes with it.
Okay.
It is your go.
There's ropes attached to the ceiling, isn't there?
No, so the rope looks like it should, but what you see is it's magical, and the rope is tethered to the devil, but as the devil moves away, it pulls it with it.
Okay, I'm gonna go for the rope and try and pull the rope free of it.
Okay, so you need to go and find the rope as it's been pulled away and into the darkness. So give me
Okay, yeah.
You can give me an investigation check, but it will be at disadvantage in the magical darkness.
That's a whole 2.
You just hear laughter. Does it need the rope? You'll go. Well, so are you staying there in the light then?
No, I'll move into the dark.
Okay, towards... Oh, no, because you would have had to move into the dark to try and look for the rope. My bad. Okay. On its go, as I try and get this necrotic flesh all over this demon, or this devil. I keep saying demon. Let's grab a look at the stat block. Yeah, actually, I think it's going to hurl 2 flames at you. So the first one is a 19 plus 5 for a 24. And then 2 plus 5 for a 7. The first one deals 10 points of fire damage, which you're resistant to as a tiefling, so that's 5 points of fire damage. The second one misses. It then will just try and... It runs out and tries to run past you and slash at you with its claws. 18 plus 5 for a 23.
Yeah, I think you're going to hit with that one.
That is a 7 points of piercing damage with its claws.
Okay, I am very unhealthy.
You could Hellish Rebuke again.
You can only do it once.
Can you?
Yeah, it's only once per long rest.
Oh, it's also immune to it anyway.
Exactly, yeah.
It probably moves just past you, and then with its... It's around you somewhere, but because obviously there's magical darkness, you're not sure as to where. But it is your go.
I'm going to attempt to go for the rope again.
Okay, so investigation check with disadvantage.
It's a 12 instead of a 17.
Okay, 12. What I will do then is I will give it, because it's not trying to be stealthy, but I will give it a, because it's running around in the dark, it's a stealth check, so, yeah, it's a 14 plus, so, yeah, you investigate to try and find the rope, but you just can't, as it's just like, it shouldn't have pulled the lever. Anything else from yourself?
No, that's it. That's me dead.
Okay. At your go, it will... Yeah. You hear it scuttling across the room. You then hear a thunk, and the light all comes back on as this tube of energy in the centre then re-invigorates. And the lights all come back on, and it's like you can see again. It's by the lever, and it's pushed it up. That's all it can do. It's probably about 25 foot away from you.
So it's pushed the lever.
It has pushed the lever back up. You can probably tell that that magic in the centre has reinvigorated, so you can't get past that central column, but it is now outside of that column, and the rope is still magically tethered to its ankle.
Okay, can I go for the rope?
You can certainly try.
Yeah, I'm going to go for the rope.
Are you just trying to grab it? What are you trying to do at this point?
I want to grab the rope and then I want to flip the switch again.
Okay, so you run up, easy enough to grab the rope in the light, you flip the switch, and once more, this flame comes out and then starts to solidify into ice. I need you both to make a dexterity save. DC is 15.
Natural 20 for a 26.
Okay, so you avoid it landing on you. This thing does not, as it takes 1d6 of bludgeoning damage as ice lands on it. It is resistant to that, so it's only going to take 2 points of damage. But you have the rope. You flip the switch.
And the rope is then... I can head out. It's attached to the bit above, isn't it?
So it's not technically attached to the bit above. What you imagine is... I mean, you could give me an Arcana check.
Better. 18.
Okay, so there is a spell called Rope Trick, where a rope will like bring itself into the air and go into another pocket dimension. You think that somebody has used that quite cleverly, but tethered it to this devil, whereas if they're in the center of this room and you can either incapacitate the devil or you can take the rope somehow away from it and activate the spell, you could climb up into the hole above, which would lead into the next area of this Arcanist's home.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to activate the spell by ringing it like a doorbell.
Okay, so are you trying to get it back to the center of the room to do so?
Yeah.
Okay, so I need a contested strength check.
It's not going to be fun.
Nat 1 on my end.
7 on mine.
Oh, I have a +3. So that's a 4, and you just managed to basically, no! And you drag this devil as it starts to like hop along with it. You take it to the center, and you basically you like have to hold the end of the end that you've got up, and then you try and ring it like a doorbell, and the spell activates, and the rope instantly starts leaving your hand like a bell chimer's rope as it starts to ascend straight up to this like black dark hole in the ceiling, and then that's probably around the end of your go. As this creature's like, no, the master would not approve. And it will just straight up try and hit you with 2 of the hurled flames. 6 plus 6 for a 12 is a miss. Oh, just throw the dice down then. 3 plus 6 for a 9 is a miss. And then we're going to come in, as it runs in like a hunter in Resident Evil, and it's just going to try and swipe your head off. 15 plus 6 for a 21.
Okay, off with his head.
That is 4 points of piercing damage.
Off with his head.
How many hit points did you have left?
2.
Oh no! Okay, so you're not fully dead, as it basically it would grab your head, its fingernails, these barbs go into your skin, it then just slams you into the ground as you go unconscious. That's actually the end of its go. I guess it's a death saving throw.
D20 isn't it? No, not a D12. 2.
Okay, so that's a failed death save. This thing is going to... So I'm just taking some angel green from the army paint, and I'm going to start wet blending in the back of this mini to give it some different colours. Now, it's quite sadistic, but in the sense that it would rather watch you bleed out. So... how would I kill you if I was a sadistic devil? I think it's going to drag your body back to where the lever is, and it places you like where all the shattered ice is on the ground. And it uses the rope that you had noosed to it before, and like while it's like letting it run through its hand, steps back by like 5-10 feet and then pulls the lever. The lights in the room come on. Obviously no ice happens this time because it's got to turn them on before it can turn them off again. And then it's your go. I mean,
for fuck's sake, makes natural 20.
Okay, so you, as this thing is prepping to slaughter you with the trap that you had activated in the first place, you are able to wake up, see that it has moved away from you. In the sense you've activated the spell, the rope is now tethered to the ceiling across in the centre of the room and not to the devil. It's your go.
I'm going for the fucking rope.
Okay, so half movement.
I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage because I'm a rogue and I can get away.
Yeah, absolutely. You can make me an athletics check to climb the rope.
I took that as a speciality. Acrobatics, yeah?
Athletics to climb a rope, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's alright. 22.
You tell me how you escape this thing. As, like, it goes to pull the lever again and the flame and, like, the ice comes out and it's, like, gleefully laughing.
So I sort of get up, push away from it, duck under a slash, get to the rope, wind my hand round, pull myself up, second arm up, tail whips up as a third, and pulls me up.
And up into this hole you go and into the next room as you say, "No, masters, I failed you!" And, yeah, encounter over, I'd say, if you've managed to come away from a death save as it was going to, like, play with your body. Well done.
That was quite fun.
Yeah, I quite like demons and devils. They're fun to like play around with the kind of like toying with prey and stuff. So, as for painting, how's it going for you?
Did a little bit of slap around with the old contrast and speed paints. So it's interesting.
In what way?
Just having a play, trying to wet blend and see what colours it comes out with at the end.
I think that is exactly what I'm doing as well. So, my wet blending, I've started with like an angel green on the back and the necrotic flesh on the front. So we've got this darker green here, which is obviously only the base colour really. And then we're trying to stipple it round to the front and then try and blend it in to create what it's like with that lighter flesh tone on the underside in the picture.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going for. And then we'll have to see how that goes. How about you?
I've gone greens and browns.
Oh, nice. I'm going to add some browns in a minute. I like that. There you go. I might throw some something brown contrast onto it when it's dry to really get those spines and stuff.
What time we got?
You still got 40 minutes.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was over pretty fast. I thought you were going to die in that one.
So did I.
I'm glad you survived. Right, so... How's everybody else doing out there? What are you guys up to today? I assume, Dibs, you're painting. Let's have a look at chat. Just as you said, necrotic flesh, I was putting some in my palette. Nice. Passy, does yours live in a blue lagoon? It does look like that, doesn't it? Very, very much that colour scheme, actually. Also, I've not seen that film in a long time. Okay. What I do need is a very dark brown. I think I'm going to use oak brown from the armor painter. And I'm going to come all the way down the spines with that, I think. And then I'm going to go over it with maybe a black dry brush.
All kinds of technical now.
Just different colours, really, innit? So, when are you looking to start the giveaway?
So I am going to get my arse in gear and get everything up by the weekend.
Nice.
I just need to make a decision as to how long to go on for. So I was debating whether 2 or 4 weeks.
I guess the longer it is, the more chance people have got to enter it.
So I think I will do a month long.
Yeah. I think that's probably smart.
And obviously then tag and collaborate with everyone who's been involved. Because there are a couple. There's a company that has sent me some STL files to print out and provide for.
Is that Puppeteer?
No. So Puppets War has given me permission to put the Orcto 1 and the Orcto Busters in.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Which is damn good of them, and they are pretty damn awesome. So fingers crossed, we get some goodies off to someone and some nice attention for all our platforms.
Oh, hopefully. But the main thing is congratulations on the 3,000. Really.
That's it. Very chuffed with that.
You should be. It's well earned.
Hoping to get some more, not field goals, more milestones.
Yeah.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Hey, Absalom, how you doing? Pardon me. Dips says, of course, at the moment I'm painting 3 wizards. I'm very particular, yet funny scheme. In a very particular, I'm assuming that says. Last day of the month, and then Dips says Eldritch Tabletop. Nice.
That's Eldritch Tabletop was the guys.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, cool. So... let's try and get all of these browns started up. So now I need to wait for the a lot of this to dry as we play that game. So, and I'm mostly stippling this on still. I'm not being overly careful with where it is. I want those blends. Before I go and add in any contrast paint, I do need this to be dry. What are the rest of you up to? I've seen that somebody's meant to be in a work meeting. Fluffy's ill as fuck.
Not too bad.
When are you next back to Storytime streaming?
Friday we've got Abomination Vaults.
Nice. Yeah, I think we're back Thursday for Dragonlance. Then... what else we got? I'm sure we've got more stuff on at the moment. I know I've got more stuff coming up, but not too much that I'm allowed to mention at the moment.
Secrets,
just making sure that we get things confirmed before I then say, we're doing this! And, we don't end up doing it. Because, yeah, I want to make sure that things are locked into place before I go nuts on the advertising or marketing for it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but I do believe we're starting a D&D stream soon. That's being run by Jack, one of our cast. That I can say. Okay. He's going to be DMing that one on a Thursday night. That's going to start in November, we believe.
Is that around the table, Jobby?
Yep. And then hopefully there'll be a few more things as well. And we're hoping to get some play tests of some things in soon as well and record those and get them up. Which I'm very excited about. But again, have to wait for confirmation. Right. So I'm now going to come in with some greys and try and paint up this fallen column think I'm going to try and make it white. Like very Greek style, because it's got that kind of perforation to it. So what are the rest of you up to today? Come on, what are you up to? Dibs is painting. Let us know. Or are you going to enter Richard's competition to win stuff?
Most importantly.
And are you all going to share it? Right. Anybody got any more cons left for the year? Obviously, Geeky there in chat. I need to put together a group chat with you and some other people, which I will actually try and remember to do later today. And then I'm going to take a woof bag out after therapy. Go for a nice jolly walk before I pick up the kids. What are you doing for the rest of the day, Richard?
Likewise, got kiddie pick up to do. Prints are set up and won't be finished till later on tonight.
Oh, Liverpool Comic Con. That's what Dib says.
Yeah, that's one we're heading out to.
Are you vendoring at that one, or are you just turning up to be a legend?
Checking it out and being a legend.
Nice. Classic Richard. Right. Still got 32 minutes. So mine is very, very moist at the moment and very blocked colour, but we are getting there slowly. I want to try and keep the head and all the spines to be dark, and then get those greens in there, and then getting the greys on the base. He's my bodyguard, Dib says.
Very true.
So.
Very moist, isn't he?
Yeah, very. Is yours? Oh, you've used contrast so far, haven't you?
I've used bloody speed paints. So it's still a little bit on the wet side.
Just gonna try and dry mine off a little bit. We got time. It's gonna be all right. Saying I've got some colours underneath that I haven't blended properly yet, so I'm just going to stipple on a little bit more. There we go. How are you going to do the eyes?
I've done them carefully. I'm trying to decide, is it yellow eyes there, or is it...
I think they might be black. I know that in the description they say they've got these, like, wonderful, lustful, like, eyes for, like, especially for, like, items and treasure and stuff, and they will kill anybody for treasure, especially if it's for their masters. Oh, they are yellow in the picture.
I think I'll try and do... I've just whited them out. I'll do a yellow contrast and maybe try and do a black dot if I'm feeling brave.
Oh, do it. I think I might use a paintbrush to kind of stipple off some of the wetness and just try and get back to a dry mini.
Have you used speed paints?
No, I've actually used regular old Fanatics. But something I like to do is to take a dry, really dry, not a dry brush, but just a regular brush that's very dry. And then if it's still wet, I'll just keep stippling away with that dry brush to pull some of that paint back out, or some of the liquid back out. especially for minis like this where those textures don't overly matter. Okay. And then I'm gonna try and go around and paint the claws up black and stuff so that they really pop out, like we've done, I pretty much think, for every single demon and stuff that we've had so far. Are there any of the devils in this that you're really looking forward to doing?
Not what I've seen so far, I will admit. I haven't looked at all of them yet. I've only looked at the ones of the list that basically you gave me that you needed.
Yeah. So I think the Ice Devil's going to be a lot of Ice to Never from Turbo Dork. But I'm really looking forward to the Imp, this really, really tiny WizKids mini that I've got that's like 3-4 mil tall.
That'll be a bit of a giggle.
So I'm looking forward to that one. Right. So you take this out of here. I would go for alligator eyes or something like that with double pupil. Everything we paint as a devil, it's in the details. So let's grab the next bit. I'm already going to try and rim the base because that's the only dry bit I've got at the moment. So I may as well tidy it up now. Right. So just going to try and grab those claws now, I guess. How are you getting on?
I'm giving it a couple of seconds just to dry.
So has anybody else out there used a Barbed Devil before or had them in their campaigns? I imagine somebody like Mike at the Mist Lounge has. Be amazed if you haven't.
What have you?
I've had them in. They've been just guards really and foot soldiers for devils and demons. But nothing more than that really.
Fancy, though.
No, nothing that the party have actually faced. They weren't. It's been there with them, but they haven't actually tried to fight it. But I think that's because they were quite a low level at that point. Okay, let's grab this big horn just here. Yeah, definitely going to do the horns in a solid black, then bring them up with some grey, and then I think we're going to dry brush, maybe like a greyish, like a very dark grey, nearly black over the rest of the spines. I think I might use Tenebrous Grey from AK, which is a favourite of mine. Already wondering if I can get any of the black panel liner in here. Obsessed with it.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, the missed one. Sorry, I stepped away but heard my name. I was just saying that I imagine that you've had Barbed Devils in your guys' campaigns. So let's see if people had used them at all so far. Okay, so I need a relatively thin dry brush. Here we go. So as I then try and get a lot of those spines. Nice, Mr. So they've said they've used them. How have you used them in what capacity? Were they just henchmen of devils? Were they more tricksy?
I haven't lost sound as well.
No, you're still there, as far as I can tell. Usually they are filler for the battlefield. I have used one who was play the crossroad demon kind of thing. Yeah, it was tricksy. Really played with the party. They hid behind a protection from evil spell back in the first Dead days. Yep, tricksy I think is the best way to play devils. I think that they are these cunning, malicious creatures that just love to play with the people that they either are going to kill or they happen by.
They enjoy playing with their food.
Yes. Okay. So we're now starting to get like those really dark browns and stuff and blacks over the back. And then the front is still quite bright at the moment. But hoping that the contrast in a minute will take that down a bit. But I still need to wait for it to dry a bit longer. So, time to throw in some white on the eyes, I reckon. Right. So. Might try and make these eyes quite wide. Got a decent cavity in there. Yeah. And while that happens, I'm going to grab my Tenebrous Grey. I love your paints all behind you there. The organisation. Mwah.
It can help sometimes.
On an update for Dragonborn and Warrior Print, the finale piece you helped on is almost complete and coming up soon. Oh, nice!
I cannot wait.
I've once again fallen behind on Miss Lounge stuff, so I need to catch up again. It was nice because I found that like there's a few nights where I had to be awake for bits and bobs through the night, and it was quite nice to like actually catch them live.
I don't feel there was enough time that exists in the day to keep up with everything.
No, that's very true. I do my best. I try to with people's things, especially like people who are in our communities. I try and, you know, catch all of the live stuff with Band of Badgers if I can, especially if it's like you and Steph who are on. I'll try and, if not, re-watch it back. If it's Miss Lounge, I do try and jump in when I see them go live and I'm awake.
How are we for time?
18 minutes. How you doing?
It's a bit of a mess, but yeah, it should be good.
Yeah, mine's... I've not quite found that key piece yet to finish tying it all together. But, I don't know, we'll see. Hoping that the darker blends that are going in on top will eventually lend themselves to being this grimy, scaly hide. Okay, so now I need some slightly lighter grey. I think I've still got some left from there. There it is. I really need to get myself some new dry brushes.
I've been eyeing up the Artis Opus ones rather a lot.
I'm going to go to Poundland. I'm going to get some makeup brushes. Ask Santa. Hey, Dragon Skull. Sorry I'm late. Was watching the spacewalk tests. I presume NASA's up to something.
Spaceman credits, are they?
SpaceX, apparently. I assume it went well, since we're not getting flashes on our phones of like newsreels saying, man falling to Earth.
Aliens have come.
The dirty buggers.
You bastards.
Okay. Dragon Skull Shoes, I was just going to say it's more likely SpaceX. Oh yeah, no, they beat you to it. Went very well. Good. We don't want it to go badly. Unless you really are that sadistic.
It's been too long since I'm painting on the stream, I forget how quiet I go when I'm painting.
It's alright. It has been a while since we've taken part in an episode. Right. I just need it to dry that little bit more. Can't do anything with speed paints while it's still drying.
Yeah, I should have moved my airbrush back here, the other side of the room at the moment where I was priming this morning.
I, on the other hand, do have mine here to hand, so I'm going to use it. Hope that it's not all gunked up where I haven't cleaned it out. Actually, I think this is my priming brush, so hopefully it should be fine. It's not got a needle in it.
I comprehend how your brush can actually do it.
Yeah, we've got one that gets used for priming. I don't even put a needle in it anymore. And then we've got one which is used for a bit more finer work. But actually... So I'm going to try and put the pupils in on the eyes before I put in the yellow contrast. And just see what happens. Yeah, why not? It's been a while since I've sat here and painted, so let's go back to retesting and learning again. Okay, so we've got 12 and a half minutes.
Well, I reckon I'll be tabletop.
Yeah, I'm tabletop, but I'm not happy with it. I think it's not quite the right scheme. But you live and learn, I guess. As I now go to lag a lot of this in Fire Slayer Flash.
Isn't that an auric?
No, it's one of the brown flesh tones. It's that one. It's basically the one that's not Gulliman Flash. Right. And I am quite literally, now that I've got like hopefully those blends in, I'm going to put this all over this mini.
You just full on going for it then?
Yeah, I'm going to see if the change in tones underneath make for a great base for the flash colours. Or for the contrasts even. Will hopefully be that final key that ties it all together. Right. Just gotta hope this dries relatively transparent and that I dried it well enough.
speed paint cracking.
Cracking?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Why is it doing that?
I have no idea. I thought it was something they stopped with the 2.0s.
Interesting. I didn't even know that was a thing that could happen.
Yeah. Find it more so on certain colours. And unfortunately, bone matter just happens to be one of those colours.
Oh, really? Okay, what I do need is a dark wash now. Ooh. I haven't used the dark tone from the Army Painter in a while. I guess I'm using that one. I was going to try and get the pillar nice and white, but I don't think I'm going to have enough time to do that now.
I've been lazy and just light grade it.
Yeah, I think that is what I'm going to have to reach for once I get this. For once, using a wash.
Shouldn't not washes.
And then just hope I can dry it with the airbrush in time. Because right now, it's a brown, goopy, wet mess.
So it's gone from blue to green to now.
What I'm hoping is that the blues and the greens will come through the dried contrasts. If I've done it thin enough.
Okay, now I've got to be really brave and try and do the white spot.
Do it. It's going to be better than mine. Mine is currently a pooey brown mess. Yours is, Ian, yours is looking less Blue Lagoon and more aliens now. Yeah. I would agree with that. Okay. Add a little touch of yellow to the eyes again. about 3 minutes left.
Cool, I've done it. Shit. Passable.
No, I don't think mine is. I would say I've come away from tabletop ready. That's all right. Can't win them all.
We thought we'd go in another direction.
It was the wrong direction. Right, and then so we're back to somewhat green, but it's kind of like muted greens and browns now. But no, I think I overshot trying to get the transparency of the contrast paints to work. So we're very dark in colour now. Looks more like a Sahorgan than it does a demon. Yeah, it's
I like the colour though.
yeah, it's all right. Like, I think you can just about pull it off, but I think I'd yeah, I'd definitely 100% do everything different next time. That's, yeah, I'm going to say mine's done because I can't really do anything with that. Everyone, opinions please. I'm painting 3 wizards, 1 blue, 1 green and 1 red. Client wants racial diversity, so which skin colour should each one have? Pink, green, and... No, you should definitely do like an orc. Like an orc wizard I think is quite fun, so a green skin. Are we talking like racial diversity as in like just humans? Are we talking racial diversity within fantasy lands? I'm going to stop the timer with 30 seconds left to go. Again, mine was, yeah, I think I'd definitely change up how I did that. I went the wrong way about it towards the end. How about you, Richard?
Trying not to get the drying pieces.
Oh, pull back the mini, but leave the... There you go. See, I think that's turned out really well. I like the colours on that.
I'll get a photo up because that'd be a better way to see it.
Yeah, I think this is one of those ones where I'm like, I might not photo that. No, I'll still do it.
No, don't, because there's been a couple of them I'm like, I'm not following that. Fucking shit.
No, I'll still do it.
I'll just share it.
They're all human. I would say, Dibs, go for yeah, a Caucasian, and then a load of darker tones, really, to be honest. Do whatever you think you'd be best for that. I think you should do a spin-off series where you go back and spend an extra hour on your models you weren't happy with, like this one would be a 48.5, etc.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Right. The Barbed Devil. I'm going to say I did not achieve tabletop ready in an hour. I would say you did.
I would say you could do it though. It's just a case of, I think we went in a bit blind.
Yeah, I think this time we've been away for a few weeks. I'm going to blame that. I was just happy to hang out with friends and paint. Yeah, I definitely I think I'll strip this one back and redo it after I've taken some photos, but maybe next time. Because next time we've got the Bearded Devil, and the mini for that one's very cool. Hopefully people have maybe learned a few things. So, like, I guess we'll see what happens with 2024 this month when it comes out, and if the Monster Manual's changing and much is going on with that. Please go check out Richard's store, and please go check out those Baldur's Gate 3 statues, but also the giveaway. Everyone go check out his socials. Please go make sure you're following him and getting ready for it.
It will be slapping up and shouting about it all weekend.
Yeah, we will do our best to promote it, and you should all go and go check it out. But until then, it's time to run. So thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you hopefully next week for the Bearded Devil. But until then, may those dice gods be ever any favour. Take it easy, guys.